Hello, everyone and no one, and welcome to another Talking to the Void. Uh, we'll talk about something I haven't figured out quite yet. And what's up, Green Badger? And you don't have to worry, guys. They couldn't. They still can't hear you. I haven't unmuted the server yet. But with me, as always, is Tier Alexander. Tier, how you doing?
I'm doing fine now that they can hear me. Hey,
And
Green.
and joining us as well as Angela. Angela, how you doing?
I am alive, I think. I
Uh
might actually just be dehydrated. I might be Angela Jerky.
I I don't want. You know
well,
what?
make sure you get some
I'm
water
just like that. What's a lot?
or a Gatorade or a Powerade or something or other. It's important to stay hydrated while you suffer.
Exactly.
Uh, Will believe Will said he had to crash out,
Yeah.
which it happens. We may or may not be joined by Mitch. I don't know. I threw him an invitation, but I never sent him a message.
Mitch tends to pop up when
Yeah.
he wants to. He's like a force of nature.
So I brought up yesterday. It's like we could have a little music topic to talk about, since apparently I've had Falling in Reverse stuck in, or it's like featuring Jelly Roll in Tears Head.
Yep.
Did you watch the music
Best.
video?
Music video. Yes, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, Blair White did a good job.
Oh yeah. If I were to do an like an actual analysis, I'd be laughing my ass off because the end where fucking he goes down with the train and he screams jihad to go down. That is
Woohoo.
fucking hilarious. Yeah.
So then, have you guys heard that Linkin Park has decided to make a return and replace their singer with a woman, or replace?
I-
He doesn't sound like
Well,
so.
they replaced Chester after he passed with a woman.
Don't get me wrong. Hey, Mitch, Chester Bennington has an iconic voice, and it's hard to hear those songs.
Oh, what's going
I
on,
grew
Mitch?
up on.
All I
Yeah.
can say is may the force of nature be with you.
I knew it. See, I knew you heard that. He's like a force of nature. He comes and goes when he pleases.
No, I had just woken up and
okay.
See what
I'm a
You
little groggy, but let's hit it.
you see what I did? I summoned him by revealing his true nature. I called him forth.
Well, it's like
You called
apparently,
him four?
Yes.
well, apparently I don't remember some of the other stuff, but I guess she might be a Scientologist and shit like that.
Oh no.
And some of
Oh,
the
here we
like
go.
the actual newer music that they've done with her in it doesn't sound so bad. I just personally think they should have rebranded.
All right. So this is my like I said. Hearing the song that Chester Bennington sung, like numb and in the end sung by someone that isn't Chester Bennington, really breaks my I can't get into it.
Well,
Yeah. Now,
hold on. In that whole situation, it always depends as well. If it's a cover and you know it's a cover,
Yo,
that's
Batman.
very different than just like it's supposed to be the band with a new singer, which bands have done that. Like AC/DC originally is very different than AC/DC after the current singer became the current singer.
Brian Johnson.
what did that
Brian
band
Johnson.
it precision inside this mind. I'm hiding
Batman.
behind. I can't remember. I know that song. Arms of Sorrow. Whoever sings Arms of Sorrow, they had one of their members got sick, so they replaced him with another guy. And it's kind of hard hearing the other guy, the original lead singer, sing those songs.
Iron Maiden. Paul Di'Anno and Bruce Dickinson, and then with Bruce Dickinson, sound totally different.
I think
Arms
the
of
only one
Sorrow.
I've ever heard of that went from one singer.
Killswitch Engage.
Okay, I was about to say Killswitch Engage had that whole thing because the
That's
original
what I'm talking about.
the original singer, he left to go do something else, and they had a different singer, and he was there for a while. And honestly, like they're
better.
yeah, they're one of the few that can go either way in that one.
Yeah, but it's
But they-
still hard to hear those
But
songs.
the thing is they at least
good call, clown. Sorry.
I'll say the good thing is for that is usually they will try to find a singer that sounds much like the original lead singer.
Yeah. That's what AC/DC tried to
Yeah.
do when they got Brian Johnson, but Brian Johnson's style was very different.
Yeah.
And I just turned up to complain about the noise you bastard me up.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. We'll keep it down. We'll keep the dog off your
Especially
lawn.
you, Tia.
Go to hell.
Van Halen's a great
Already
example.
there.
It's another great example, as Clown says in the chat. Van Halen with David Lee Roth is an entirely different experience than with Sammy Hagar.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to show my age and go, who?
And
We're just going to
and nobody remembers Van Halen with Gary Sharon.
Who?
Yeah.
Seriously, who?
Now I have to say who.
Gary Sharon played for I gotta look it up now. I can't remember. He was a singer from another band that had made it. Damn it, my earbud is just saying no, I don't want it.
I think the funniest thing is
Let's say he was in Extreme. Let's see.
Dave Lee Roth had a great career with Van Halen, then he thought he could go solo and he died. Yeah, not literally died, but his career just died.
I was
Well, like,
gonna
yeah,
say,
Gary Sharon was the lead singer of Extreme. Good singer, not a good fit with Van Halen, especially after Sammy Hagar. No one was going to top what Sammy Hagar did. Even when they brought David Lee Roth back, they couldn't top what Sammy Hagar did.
What? No.
So you know the Temptations, right?
Not personally.
No, but you know.
I know
see,
who
you
they
know,
are.
There's lust. There's gluttony. No, wait. Go on.
That's the 7 deadly sins.
That's how it is. No, I was bringing up the Temptations had the issue where two of the original, like the band broke up, but two of the key members formed a second, reformed the Temptations with two other people, and then the two other people, the two other originals, did the exact same thing. So you had the situation where there were literally two bands called the Temptations, with like 8 members, two originals with each band.
Don't tell me one of those bands was very derisive and dismissive and were called the Contemptations.
Could be. I'm thinking maybe. I'm thinking someone should form a new band called the Last Temptations. They should hire a guy named Christ to sing.
Oh,
So it'd be the Last Temptations and Christ.
No, we'll get somebody to wear an original Captain Marvel costume, and we can call the band Shazam and the 7 Deadly Sins.
Oh, really?
no.
Yeah.
Well, that's almost better than my punk band idea, Hitler and the Jews.
Oh,
I would totally listen to that band.
of course.
And I mean old style 70s punk where you adopt the English accent. A bad one.
Oh, and something
And
like
you just fucking
well, if you're gonna
wreck everything you
go
think
down
about.
the whole thing of like the Hitler and the Jew, it would have to go down even further and be like Hitler and the Jewish bakers.
Oh no,
Oh,
I've
damn.
got a better one. If you want a really offensive punk band, Pol Pot and the Teachers.
If I haven't told you this lately, all of y'all are going to hell. Me too.
Oh, yeah.
What about Idiot and the Ugandans?
Oh boy.
Now I'm
Damn
trying
it! Fucking
Now I'm
Biden.
trying to remember frickin' Biden's uncle's name.
Bozy, Uncle Bozy, and the cannibals.
Bozy and the
Yep.
Cannibals.
Bush and the weapons of mass destruction.
Dick Cheney in the hunting trip.
Yes.
Dan Quayle and the Idiots.
No,
Oh.
Dan Quayle, the inventors of the internet.
You don't know
Oh.
who
He
Dan
did.
Quayle was, do you?
I remember.
There we go.
I know who Al Gore is.
No.
I didn't
Oh,
say
God.
I said Dan Quayle.
But no, going
Al
back to
Gore was never going to be president because the man is Quite literally a block of wood when he speaks.
Is he that guy from
Oh.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off? You know, Bueller.
No,
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 that's
Ben
that's Flynn
Stein.
Flufferton. Ben Stein, yes.
Ben Stein.
Who was actually
Bueller.
either a senator or a congressman.
And
Really?
he's also done.
Yeah.
Really?
He's also had his own game show called Win Ben Stein's Money.
Yep. Thank you, Simone.
I
No,
actually.
I want to go now. When did you take the trip? A week from Thursday.
And Badger with like, yeah,
I want.
with Punk,
I want. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say with Punk, you don't really see too much of it anymore, just because it's tore itself down.
Oh God, Bill Clinton on sex, backed by the blue dresses.
I want to go. I want to visit the alternate universe where Stephen Hawking didn't become a physicist, but a telephone sex worker.
Oh, that's just wrong.
Do
How about
you want to know what I am
Hello.
wearing?
how about a punk band called Skin Suit featuring Ed Gein?
Really?
No.
Is that the guy from?
That's the
It's
guy who a lot of
serial
fucking horror
killer.
films have were based on.
Yeah, it's the serial killer that like
He was the
Buffalo
foundation for
and-
Texas Chainsaw Massacre and for Psycho.
Oh, I thought he was.
Yeah, I
You
was-
were going to say he was the guy from Silence of the Lambs who was making a skin suit out of his victims.
Buffalo
I
Bill.
think he was the basis
he
for
was
that too,
an
honestly.
Wow, Bill.
inspiration for that.
Yeah, I want to
Ed
say
Gein was one
he's
fucked up dude.
yeah, he's been the inspiration of a lot of like villains for a lot of horror and whatnot.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to go around down that route? What about Ted Bundy and the Missing Girls?
Damn.
Yeah.
Low blow
hi,
and
Mr.
epic
Scott.
strike.
What
No,
was
Mr.
that?
Scott.
Actually, if
Oh.
you're gonna go off that, it'd make more sense to be like Ted Bundy and the Escorts.
John Wayne Gacy in the clown suit.
See, on that one, you're trying to go too on the nose. Like with most of what we're doing, we're going with like what the person is and something to do with their victims. So saying John Wayne Gacy in the clown suit doesn't
What
make
about-
as much sense. It'd be like make more sense to be like John Wayne Gacy and the boys.
What about Jimmy Hoffa and the Gravediggers?
Or
I would have said the Boy Scouts, but
Oh, or that one. There you go. See, Angela getting it on
son,
it.
son of
Okay.
Sam and the Canine Prophets.
Jim Jones and the Kool-Aid Drinkers.
No, I think he just called them Drink Mix.
We'll call it the Unabomber's Explosive Review.
Damn.
Oh, what is that? A review of Taco Bell restaurants.
See, I can remember the Unabomber's name, Ted Kaczynski, but I can't remember Son of Sam's.
Sam?
No, it was
Sorry.
he was in Berkowitz, was he?
yes. But his first name wasn't Sam. I don't know why.
Dave.
I don't know
It's
where
David Berkowitz.
David
Sam
Berkowitz.
was
That's
the
right.
dog.
Okay.
The dog.
If he was still alive,
Yeah,
Son of Sam
he-
killed a bunch of people because a dog told him to do it.
yeah.
Like,
Dogs
if you-
thought they were the Antichrist.
if he was still alive, we could have David Carradine reform the Stranglers.
Oh,
Let's see.
Now, for David
Mr.
Carradine, you'd have to be like David Carradine and the Autoerotics.
Yes.
That works.
David Carradine and the Choke Strokes.
See?
Mr. Scott says, what about Hydra Agent 616 Killer?
Hmm?
What the hell are you talking about?
What the hell are you
Kurt
talking about?
Cobain.
Oh, God. Kurt Cobain and the 12 Gauges.
Mm-hmm. I knew what y'all was
yeah, but you would have to
Uh,
get 12 band members.
Oh, bitch,
That's
Kurt
true.
Cobain. I mean, Christ, that's a blast from the past.
Indeed. Oh,
So I would have gone with like
JC and the Crawl Space Players.
yeah.
Well,
Damn.
Jacker.
so like for Kurt Cobain, I'd have been like Kurt Cobain in the ceiling canvas.
Ooh.
No, see, I'd be like Courtney Love in the homicide charges.
Amber Heard and the Shitters.
Oh,
Oh, damn.
No.
That'd be Amber Heard and the Shit Stains. No, Amber Heard and the Skid Marks. There we go.
O.J. Simpson and the Jury.
Oh, damn.
On that one, I would just fuck with it even more and be like, with what he blaming on, say, or O.J. Simpson and that Puerto Rican guy.
No, O.J. Simpson and the Jury and their cover version of What I Did for Love.
I would do anything for love.
We're not singing Meatloaf.
That wasn't a Meatloaf song.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got the wrong songs here.
I got the right one in my head.
What I Did for Love was actually a song from a chorus line.
Oh, no.
But I won't do that. No, I won't
Well,
do that.
we certainly took a diversion.
Okay, who's kicking the cat to death?
That is the idiots out on Palm Avenue trying to distract some shit.
But no, it's like going back to what we originally started on. Yeah, it's like I just happened to see it, and after listening to the new Linkin Park, it's like, okay, their new stuff doesn't sound so bad, but in all seriousness, they definitely should have rebranded.
Yes, they shouldn't have called themselves Linkin Park.
Well,
they should have
from
called
what
themselves.
from what my understanding is like Mike Shinoda is the original founder of the band, and they didn't change to Linkin Park until Chester had joined. And
yeah,
supposedly
but
he was
without
the one.
Chester.
Yeah, and like, don't get me wrong, Mike Shinoda is not a bad vocalist and everything, but Chester was the face and the sound of that, or it's like the voice.
So why'd they get rid of him?
He died.
He died.
What
That's
did
no
they do?
excuse.
A stupid thing like that?
Well, because he felt life wasn't worth living apparently, and decided
He
to go
took a
down
shortcut to a long road.
Decided to go down that old super slide.
He saw his contract.
Ouch, Mitch. Good one, but ouch, Mitch.
No, those contracts between performers and music companies are
predatory.
Well, yeah, they're very predatory.
Oh yeah, and then from much of what
you get, and your best contracts between you and a record company, you get, I think, these are the good contracts, mind you. You get 2 to 5% of the profits of album sales.
Oh yeah, like you got to fight to have, like already have it in contract that you're gonna reserve the rights to your songs and whatnot.
Yeah, your whole game is,
and so much of your stuff is just paying the label company back because everything they give you is in advance. It's why so many artists that start to get famous, they get into their like honestly Eminem and Snoop Dogg predominantly is like one of the best freaking things of like the right shit to do, because he owes nobody anything as far as I'm aware.
Yeah,
but when he got into everything, he started getting into his own merchandising, picking up on a whole bunch of other type of stuff as well to get basically his name on that, so they would pay him.
Right.
Well, half of it is because when he got into the rap game, he was friends with Dr. Dre, and Dre like literally protected him when he was on that label and taught him what to do.
Yeah,
I remember Dr. Dre when he was a male nurse.
And then like
really,
and then like so many others have done, they create their own label company and that. And
because that's the way to go. Yeah. That's why
that's
one of the reasons bands create their own publishing company.
Yeah, the only band I've heard of that created their own label company and quite literally didn't just get themselves rich or like stupid rich so they don't know how to perform would be The Offspring way back in the day.
That's a lot of artists said don't do that because they're tricked by the company they sign with into basically living beyond their means, so that they end up they've got to work with that company to pay off their debtors.
So that's just like professional athletes, they live beyond their means. But again, when it comes to all the music as well, for everything they're doing, 90% of the money that they're given is in advance. So they're constantly trying to pay back.
Yeah. I don't know if it's still a common practice, but my understanding is that a lot of the compensation for professional sports was in the form of a life insurance policy. Or
And
essentially, they pay out only if you die. Your $10 million a year contract.
they also get a lot of medical help as well, don't they?
I have no idea on that one.
I would assume so. They gotta keep them in peak performance. Kind of fucked up if your
Probably,
star
yeah.
athlete has a fucking cold.
Or like William Perry breaks his back.
All you
I
can
mean,
do-
I'm pretty sure.
Remember the refrigerator?
oh yeah,
That's the reason why as well they have so much shit to where, or the league has like so many rules and whatnot that like you can get your contract revoked and shit like that for shit you do outside of the game.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not just because of damaging your own health. It's bringing your sport into disrepute.
Yeah, it's
plus there's
Yeah.
that, but also you're really licensing your body to the
Yeah.
company that owns the team.
Mind, bringing the sport into disrepute is one thing I've got against that Rapinoe woman and her National American Football side. They
Oh, I
behave
forget you mean soccer.
in such an unsportsmanlike manner that they were bringing the game into disrepute.
Yes,
I mean, every other team you saw in the Women's World Cup, you saw when the match was over, they shook hands. The winners congratulated the losers. Rapinoe's lot repeatedly rubbed the faces of the people they beat in their defeat.
both of them.
Well, apart from that team of under 15s who kicked their asses.
Yeah,
Oh, you talking about those kids?
Yeah,
clearly.
like
Because they
under
got their
15s,
ass
yeah,
handed to them.
yeah. I thought that was a given when I said under 15s.
You got to remember, I don't speak British.
It's under 15. That means they're kids. Everybody else got it.
Mr. Scott writes, sober companions are pretty much a staple for any big movie deal anymore. No doubt. Speaking of these contracts, and I think this is true throughout the entertainment business, because let's face it, sports is entertainment.
oh yeah.
It's part of the entertainment business. It's just because it's athletic doesn't mean it's an athletic business.
Yeah,
It's
the
not.
the
It's
only
entertainment.
bonus I put typically for sports over quite a few of the others is because they usually still push for, kids to play the sports instead of
Right.
just watching them, so it does keep them active.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think one of the common things in entertainment contracts is how fucked people are getting, because they're gonna, without your lawyers and your managers and your what's the other agents, you're going to sign some pretty bad contracts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's full of
But-
legalese.
Contracts.
But that brings me back to people like Daisy Ridley, who did the big Star Wars movies and now has no career. I mean, yes,
Yeah,
she
she
has
got
a
fucked.
career. She has a career, but I guarantee you that one of the things, oh yeah, you'll be absolutely in demand after you do these films. And Daisy Ridley is less in demand than Barbara Streisand and Bette Midler at this point. Doing Star
we-
Wars fucked her career over, and
Talking
I'm
about contracts.
I
I'm
wouldn't
kind
say
of shocked that's not a test case
I wouldn't
for
say that
suing her agent
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
lawyers.
I wouldn't say
Talk
doing
about
Star
contracts.
Wars screwed her career. Star Wars
was
itself
Star Wars
screwed
and
her.
the chat shows.
Yeah. Like Kathleen Kennedy and the writers screwed her career.
No, the Neil
Yeah, I mean-
Daisy Ridley's coffin was the rap.
Yes,
But talking
what?
about,
but that hold on. That even links back to Kathleen Kennedy and Star Wars and the writers and whatnot, because it was Lucasfilm's marketing people that arranged that shit
but
Wait a minute. There was a
talking
rap?
about, yes,
Yeah, what?
on Jimmy Kimmel.
yeah. Talking about actors and contracts. Brooke Shields, when she signed up with the studio that produced her films, she had a celibacy clause in a contract that she could not have sex until she turned 21.
Right.
And I think that I mean, she's one of the most stable actresses, right? Even now, and I think that's probably why.
It might be.
No wild parties.
No pressing the fuck button.
Yeah,
Which is hilarious given one of her first movies in the content.
oh yes, the Blue Lagoon.
Yes.
Try
That was a
Endless
debut movie.
Love.
Try what?
Try Endless Love.
No, it's a chick flick. I refuse to watch it.
Yeah, but it also turned around and like she was underage and basically
Fuka the boot.
full on fucking. So
With a K?
What her character was, she wasn't.
yeah, exactly. I'm saying it's still given the content matter.
Oh yeah.
Let's see here.
That's why.
That brings us to something else because there were topless scenes in Blue Lagoon. I remember I was a kid. I had to watch them.
Yeah.
There were
But-
top scenes.
But those were, as an adult, I understand those were body doubles. Or at least in some of them where you got a really good look. But I'm wondering,
It's because of her I watched the Brooke Shields. I watched one of the crappiest films I've ever seen. Sahara.
Right.
well, I can see that. But I'm wondering at what point does that become illegal? Because of the whole,
Trades description.
Child
well,
porn.
no, child rape.
Yeah. Well,
Because Hollywood now is a child rape industry, and it has been for a very long time.
I'd
So,
go back to the 30s actually.
yeah,
I
honestly,
mean, look at what they did to Judy Garland.
yes.
Really?
Yeah, they got her addicted to drugs to control
Yeah,
to
that's
control
actually
her
what-
size.
That's actually what led to her death.
Y'all gotta remember two things. I'm still fairly young and I don't know all the true Hollywood stories.
Nobody does.
Tier,
Well,
I'm
that's-
younger than
that's
you, and
just
none of what they just said surprised me.
Let's
Okay.
put it this way: it would not be porn to our according to our modern standards.
No,
But
our
the
modern
beginning of
standard
Shirley
means.
Temple's career, I'm in the middle of saying something.
I'm sorry.
The beginning of Shirley Temple's career was actually child porn,
Ew.
according to
God,
the
no.
standards of the time.
I never liked Shirley.
I say it all depends on the time frame of that whole thing, because there were time frames back in the day as well to where like an adult could be friends with children because they were like a friend of the family,
they had her
and
kissing on Tarzan and like that.
Oh,
On Tarzan?
gay.
I never remember her seeing her on Tarzan.
She was in a couple of I'm telling you, these movies were actually legit at the time. Kiddie porn, unless you watch kiddie porn from like the 30s and 40s, you would not have seen me.
Now, see, here's the thing, man, about when it comes to Hollywood and the film and TV industry in general.
I just
still
feel
don't
dirty
know.
for all of a sudden. This is
That's why I'm sort of switching the subject out a bit.
thank you, Jesus.
well, no, I was gonna say the only other thing is you also have to remember at a certain point in time it was considered okay to basically have your like holiday cards have pictures of your naked children on them, and they weren't considered porn.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, human
but-
history's fucking weird.
Yes, it is.
Well, yeah.
If you track the way human morality floppagates, I'm going to use that's a real word now. It's just a
Mitch
fucking
Cannon
roller
out of it.
coaster.
Yeah, I mean, we go on about child brides in the Middle East. You go back 400 or 500 years,
That's been the norm.
we were doing the same.
Well, yeah, that's why I never buy this sanctity of marriage bullshit. There's nothing sacred about marriage. Marriage has always been largely a business contract. People would sell their daughters basically to some other dude to seal a deal.
Well, I think it was.
Oh, nobility did that too.
Everybody did it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the
Even
common
common
man
people
did
did
it
it.
as well because they would do that for farm animals and whatnot, so they could better out on the family.
Once
Yeah.
over in England, if it was an unhappy marriage, husbands would sell their wives at market.
Yep.
But the thing is, the wife got half of the money.
So yeah, so see, OnlyFans has been around forever. But getting back to Hollywood and a movie and TV, or TV and film.
Okay.
The way the depth to which they will keep a secret. Okay. To this day, I still can't find out why Tori Higginson left Stargate Atlantis. If she was written out, if she was
I liked her.
if she was if some shenanigans happened behind the scenes and she decided, fuck this, I'm out. I don't know what happened. They decided to replace her with Amanda Tapping. I don't know.
And then she didn't work out, so
they went with Robert Picardo. Yeah, see,
amongst others.
we never get to hear why Tori Higginson left Stargate Atlantis. Now, you think the same group of people? I'm not talking about the people behind Stargate Atlantis exclusively here. I'm talking about the industry. If I can't find that out, you think these people are going to come clean about anything?
No.
Shit, it was an accident that we found out that Roman Polanski was a child rapist.
Yep. And Woody Allen as well.
Yeah.
Didn't he marry his adopted daughter?
Yep.
Yes, he did.
After having underage sex with her.
Yeah.
God, I really need to take a shower after this stream. Just
well, this is kind of the foundation for Never Meet Your Heroes, I guess.
Yep.
I mean, it's one of them, certainly. It's one of the pillars.
You die hero, live long enough to see yourself become a villain.
Kinda.
Oh, these ones never even started out as heroes.
Right.
Yeah. That's why there used to be a big mystique about celebrities.
Yeah, that's
well, yes, because they hide everything.
Yeah, once over, the studios controlled literally every aspect of a star's life.
Yep.
And I think it was better that way.
Back when Hollywood was shiny and new, and it honestly was the mecca for entertainment that gets pumped into your home.
You know, social media has done 3 great things and 3 terrible things. It exposed the monsters for who they are, but it also ruined the movie star because you only saw them when they were in like press reviews and whatnot.
Dude, it wasn't just the movie stars. It is all of the stars. Everyone for entertainment.
It's not just the stars, it's everybody.
Well, I'm saying it's that whole thing of like, not just movie stars, like movie stars, fucking artists, and musicians, fucking athletes and whatnot. All had a bit, they all had more of a mystique about them. Like the only ones who that you would kind of think are more likely to be a degen was like a stand-up comic.
See, that's why I love the internet, is because it really is the great equalizer. And honestly, the marketing companies, governments,
that's why the front
agents and lawyers, none of these people understand it yet. They don't fucking get it.
Yeah, but that's why they're frantically trying to control it.
Right. It's because it is an equalizer, and they don't understand. They don't understand. They still let Kamala Harris say things in front of a camera. They're finally learning not to, but one cackle and boom, she's everywhere, and the people are going, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Well, that's like going back to music.
Same thing with any president. Any president farts, coughs, sneezes, stumbles, pisses, or stubs a toe, it becomes this big national story because someone caught it on camera.
Or sniffs his children.
Yeah, it didn't used to be that way unless it was a major, not a flop. What do they call it? A flub. Unless it was a major flub, like President Bush trying to go through the wrong door in Japan. Trying to go through the wrong door to get off stage or something. I can't remember exactly what it was. But again, that's only because it was on camera and they could use it against them in the media.
Or Joe Biden saluting the Marines.
Yes.
Well, I mean, they've been...
Or Joe Biden giving a handshake to a ghost.
But go on. I'm sorry.
I've
been a little monopolistic.
Oh, no worries. I was gonna say, but we've been seeing shit like that for years. The fact, like, it's why we see a downfall in like how movies are done, especially when you look at a lot of music and everything, because we had people for a while that were like, you know what? I don't know what the kids are into. So we're going to take a chance because this shit's been seen to be kind of popular with the youth. And now we have a bunch of people in charge that were the ones who were popular and famous at that time. And they still say, I know what these people want. And it's like, no, you don't.
You've got no clue.
And you know, and since you
Yeah.
won't take a chance, you just, you just see a
Oh.
downhill thing of it.
I don't watch many movies these days because they're crap. But remember when I was a kid and a young adult, what was deemed the popular scene, I suppose you could say, in movies was usually 5 to 10 years out of date.
Oh, it's worse than that. Fucking which movie? It was one of the Friday the 13th films, part 5.
Oh, the one with the guys that look like they just left the sock hop.
Yeah, the two guys in the car that look like they just walked out of fucking West Side Story.
Or
Who
nope, I'm
behind
not going to
that?
give a poor cat.
I mean, they were only in the movie for a minute, and they were just there to boost the body count. But still, who was the guy behind that decision? It's like, yeah, let's make these guys look like a couple of
50s hood.
easy rider looking motherfuckers from the 50s and 60s. 'Cause that doesn't make sense. It makes no sense whatsoever to have these guys dressed up that way.
They're gonna start fucking singing "Grease Lightning."
Just yeah,
Yeah,
honestly,
you
you wouldn't be surprised.
I was waiting for it. I was just waiting for it.
Cause it's that whole
Don't
thing,
tell me
and
when his don't tell me when his girlfriend got killed. You went, oh, Sandy!
No,
like-
they were both dudes.
Didn't get it.
yeah,
But I did get the joke.
Didn't appreciate it. Right, I know when I'm beaten.
No, I actually
Grease is
liked it.
look. Grease is something I'm never going to watch.
I like
Agreed.
if I can help it.
Well, see, the reason why is because every girlfriend I've ever had has insisted upon watching it,
Ah,
Oh no, that's
and I'm just like, oh, cool, go ahead.
what I found funny about it, even back in the 70s, was a bunch of 20 to 30-year-olds playing 16-year-olds.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, that was common for
love
that time frame.
the fact that is the dirtiest freaking play that
Oh,
I
that's
have
true.
ever ever watched. Like just blatantly dirty.
Yeah, I haven't watched Fame then.
Oh, I did watch Fame.
Fame had some really
Oh,
Yeah.
Fame had some really dirty shit.
like
But
when
Grease is like promoted as American nostalgia,
Yeah.
goody two shoes, wholesome Americana.
Well, so is child porn today.
Well,
Or
Uh,
not
I
child porn,
remember
but
that
whatever the fuck they're calling it.
clip in Fame where Irene Cara's character, because
Yes.
she's desperate to be famous and all that, and
Oh, you're back
And
in.
she-
I'm gonna grab a drink.
she ends up auditioning for a part in a porn film.
Well, how is that? That's not far removed from the first episode of The Boys where the Deep convinces Starlight to smoke his pole
Yeah,
or be kicked off the team.
You know, I'm just happy not knowing half the shit y'all know.
you will.
Actually, Fame is actually one of a movie that I actually really love.
Do you know what? Talking about films, you know what makes me laugh?
Mm.
You remember Flashdance?
Oh God.
Well, there's the dance scene in The Office, the audition, and that's supposed to be the female character dancing, right? It was a guy. Seriously, the person dancing is a guy.
Stunt double.
Yeah. Because the
That
only person who found who could do the dance was a guy.
That doesn't surprise me even a little bit.
I'm just saying, in the entertainment industry, they hide a multitude of sins. Whether
Yeah.
they're perverted is another question or not. It's not always a pervert thing, you know. I know
I've been
I completely
really
mispronounced that.
just
Averted, yeah.
sitting on trying to respond to something that Mr. Scott said a little bit back. And yes, Natalie Wood's career was actually horrific. Her mother was a rabid Hollywood green room mom bitch.
Yeah,
And
I've heard that. And
her child through hell.
Well, yeah, look at
I like Natalie Wood as well.
oh, what the fuck was her
Then
name?
why are you charging?
Joan Crawford.
She was evil to her children, apparently.
Yeah. But the thing is, the book that was meant to expose her was apparently there are claims that it was an enhanced narrative, if you will.
Mm.
But then you watch the movie Mommy Dearest, and honestly, that is some horrifying subject matter
Sorry.
in that movie, but it's the most unintentionally funny movie you'll ever watch.
No
Yes.
more.
Apparently, Groucho Marx was a horror to his children as well.
Oh, who was the other guy?
Apparently, he got mad at one of his son. I think it was his son, and as punishment, he made him spend the rest of the day walking around with a chicken bone in his shoe.
Who was the guy?
Really
Really?
quick, Badger, my brother's actually right. It's just no wire hangers. There's
Yes,
no more.
it is.
And to Mr. Scott with the nerd, and
I love that he called you out on being a nerd when I'm the one that's been throwing out all of the old Hollywood.
Mr. Scott, if you're in the
Deep
chat
dive
for this
shit.
for this stream, you're a nerd.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Scott's a nerd as well. Bro, there isn't a person on this stream that can't be classified as a nerd of some sort.
I mean, especially with the name.
Everyone is.
Especially with the name, Mr. Scott.
Look, you
Mr.
think
Scott.
those guys rattling off sports statistics aren't nerds? Of course they are.
Yeah, the sports nerds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you call them that?
that's why. Oh my god, I still loved a moment that I had back in the military when one of the guys was talking about doing fantasy football. I mean, if the buddy had to make the joke of being D&D for jocks, and he's like, "No, it's not." And the guy's like, "Well, you know, football does have cheerleaders." And I'm like, "Yeah, but you're not playing fucking fantasy football cheerleaders edition, are you?"
Mhm.
I would say it's more like Warhammer for nerds, for jocks.
Yeah, any sports
Yeah,
game.
you're
still
drafting
right.
an army. Yeah,
You're
it would
still
be.
right.
Any sports-based game that non-professional athletes play is basically X for nerds.
Or X for jocks.
Sorry, yes.
I mean,
X for
I have
jocks.
more respect for people playing the fantasy sports than I do for playing the sports games. And by that, I mean, like, especially the modern ones that are all the fucking same.
Oh, the
Except
video
for
game.
the roster change.
All the FIFAs and
well-
whatnot. Like, don't get me
well,
wrong,
like you've got
there
the
have been some
football
sports
league.
games that are fun. Old school, and I think it was a NBA Hang Time or Jam on the Sega Genesis was fun as hell.
All right, right.
Old
I'm gonna
s-
admit to this, and I won't. I will openly admit to this one. I do get the wrestling games every so many years.
Wrestling games are different compared to like football, baseball, basketball, soccer.
Still technically a sports game.
Yeah, it is, but part of that whole thing is there is drama. You don't have between fucking plays the quarterback of one team calling the other guy's wife, the other quarterback of the other team's wife a whore.
Okay, fair enough.
The thing is with the wrestling games, I always look at them as the beat 'em up games disguised with a wrestling veneer.
Well, see, that's the beauty of the professional wrestling and how Vince McMahon revolutionized it.
Sports
And
entertainment.
then came out and told everyone, no, it's sports entertainment. Because everyone, wrestling's fake, blah blah blah. No, it's just wrestling or it's sports entertainment.
The thing is, though,
He's brilliant for that.
they've actually they've actually proven that these guys like Triple H and all of them can actually wrestle properly
Yes.
and well. But what
Yeah, it's traditional. They don't do traditional.
what always got me about them was you've got these huge guys, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it's faked, right? But they can move damn fast. And
Well, no, the
naturally-
athleticism is real.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
skill is real. To,
Yeah.
to fucking take someone and body slam them
and
on
not,
top of a steel chair with a fucking whatever, and not
Without
hurt
actually
them,
killing them.
yeah, that takes
Yeah.
fucking skill, man. So when we say wrestling is fake, we're not talking about the athleticism. We're talking about the drama.
mind,
It's so proper for men.
There's one thing I always thought
Yeah.
about Triple H. Whenever you look at him, he looks like a Neanderthal. He's got the eyebrows. He's got the nose.
Yep.
Yeah, if he didn't have a chin, there'd be paleontologists fucking shooting him with dart guns.
Well, and
But,
that's like
you
the
know,
wrestlers themselves have to find out if like the personality that they're going to use or they're going to try to use is even going to be popular. Because if it isn't, they have to try to slowly
Oh,
change
yeah.
that person up to like
Yeah.
either try to be popular or try to be the heel.
You ever watched?
Yeah.
There's one guy
Undertaker.
I can't remember what his name is,
Oh,
but
the onion taster.
he's always been known to be an asshole. And for one of the fan signings, like he's he still plays the character of being an asshole.
Ric
Like
Flair.
he signs the picture and then just pushes it out of his way. And if you catch it, you catch it. If you don't, it either goes off the table. It's just out of his way. And one time, it's like because of people coming up, like they had it's like an infant with them, and the baby started crying. He starts mock crying at the baby. I mean, granted, they're a good 8 feet away, but he's still signing fucking pictures and pushing them out of his way.
Yeah. Clown Rights. Vince said that about the sports entertainment thing to get around the steroid case of the 80s and to get away from the committee that would run pro sports like boxing from town to town. Yeah.
Mhm.
And it was brilliant.
Yeah.
Because he found a way to do it that was a great marketing campaign.
Yeah, he was a Vince McMahon's a brilliant
fucking genius.
entertainer and an even better businessman.
Yeah. And yeah, he might be a bit of a prick when it comes to the steroid thing because that's fucked up.
Yeah.
I've actually heard him described as a Donald Trump of entertainment.
Yeah.
Well,
I
if
mean,
you
name-
look at Vince McMahon,
What was that?
there was no way that he could be anti-steroids because that guy went from being a freaking pencil neck geek to
Oh, yeah.
a freaking beast. So
Actually, from what I heard, he used gamma radiation to do that.
Captain Banana.
you're thinking of the wrong person.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm thinking of Bill Bixby. My mistake.
Ha!
Same shit, different day. I forgot. Go on.
Well, since we've been doing the whole entertainment thing in that, I'm pretty sure all of you have seen the whole transformation in Nikocado Avocado.
No,
I've seen the before and after picture.
Yeah,
But
I'm
I'm not familiar with the character.
he's gone back to being skinny in 7 months.
Congratulations.
So he looks a lot like he did at the beginning of his career.
Okay.
So in other words, he got Ozempic.
He got surgery, he got Ozempic, and still put the effort in. But like it just threw everyone off because they weren't expecting him to all of a sudden not be the fat guy he was or he had turned into.
Talking about weight control, the frightening thing about fashion models, they'll take a pill, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the pill contains tapeworm egg.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, they used to sell those in frickin' the back of magazines.
Yeah.
you can
The
still
thing
buy
is-
those online.
The thing is,
And Mr. Scott, I read it was 7
tapeworm-
months. It could have been
tapeworms-
24. I don't know.
tapeworms don't just feed off what you're eating.
No, they feed off you.
They damage your body
Yeah.
as well.
hmm
Ugh. And don't they reproduce asexually?
I don't know. The
I
fact
do
that
know
they-
that
enough,
the adhesive from the tape is bad for your liver.
especially for gorilla tapeworm.
Bangarang.
I still can't get over that video. This black woman, her friend is pouring milk on her cooch to stop the burning because she tried to wax with gorilla tape.
Oh, Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. It was about the same time as that black girl who tried to use Gorilla Glue as hair gel.
Okay,
And she,
remember what I've been saying for the last several, I don't know how long, about women and and being susceptible to the concept of being glamorous.
yes.
Well,
This is the dark side of that.
Yeah,
it's better than the women who are shoving beehives up their poop.
Give it a minute.
No,
Was that
no,
Angela?
that
I
is
think-
a thing that happened already.
What
I
happened?
think-
I sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, there were women that had to be told by like gynecologists and doctors to stop
To stop
putting small
putting
beehives in their
up
vagina.
hoo-ha.
what the hell were they doing that for?
I
Well-
don't know.
The
I didn't even look
Theory
into
was
it.
that it was supposed to be like doing a million Kegels at once.
Probably because the swelling from the sting tightened things up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically it's a disguise for whores.
It's kind of like that whole thing of throughout so much of the medical history as well. Like in the past 10 years, they've had to been like, hey, don't put X thing up your butt.
Right.
Yeah. I think it's
Don't stop putting the hamsters up your ass.
These are growing.
Armageddon.
These are growing. Focus nose. With the green pants.
Oh my god. And
Oh,
now my brother's gonna want to know why I started laughing hysterically.
Wow.
I think these are growing more and more numerous signs of the approach of the idiocracy. I mean, you can remember the Tide Pod challenge, can't you?
Yes.
Yeah, I also remember the milk crate challenge
Which one was the milk
And
crate
the
challenge?
cemetery.
where
Oh,
they
no,
would stack
the
milk
Ajax
crates
challenge.
and then they would try to walk up them.
No,
Ah.
no, I got one better for you. I remember the Ajax fucking challenge.
That was one dumb bitch that did that shit.
Oh,
It's
Tide
fucking
Pod.
hilarious, though.
Yeah.
Is that where you go and challenge a Trojan hero?
No.
No, that would actually be extremely entertaining.
It would be.
No,
So
this was
this
a person
woman-
who put safety put safety goggles on, no way, opened a fresh thing of like Ajax cleaner, the powder shit, and then dumped
Yeah.
it directly into their own mouth.
Yes, and you had to dump the entire motherfucking thing.
It would be a lot less painful to shoot yourself in the stomach and die of the peritonitis.
You ain't had to swallow, but you had to put it in your mouth.
It doesn't matter. You will. It doesn't matter. You will swallow. It's a
Brother,
it's a
did
reflex.
Angela kill the junkie by replacing her drugs with Ajax in Sleepaway Camp 2?
Uh,
That's
Yeah,
why
but-
I'm asking my brother. My brother will remember.
I put a link to the Armageddon explanation in the chat
Oh,
Mm.
God.
in case anyone doesn't know.
Thank you for not making me explain to my brother that joke.
I probably ought to
the
rewatch it
easiest
to
way to-
remember, and it's like my immediate one thing was safe word.
Yeah.
My immediate thought was flying flaming hamster.
Armageddon.
I wonder if we could convince the developers to put that out as a weapon for a ship weapon in Star Trek Online.
Maybe.
It'd be
The
nice, but
Armageddon
they
cannon.
won't.
Armageddon cannon.
Yeah. They're firing flaming hamsters at us, Captain.
I mean, it's no crazier than some of the weapons that we've tried to develop, like the you know about the elephant cannon?
No, but you're gonna tell me, aren't you?
Oh yeah, the elephant cannon is
To shoot elephant.
you need a tree stump, an elephant, and a hammer. And you load a couple of projectiles into the elephant's trunk. And you aim it toward the enemy with the elephant's testicles resting on the tree stump, and you smack them with
No.
a hammer.
No! No!
Hey, do you know medieval times? If
You just
somebody
asking to
invented-
die.
If somebody invented the parachute in medieval times and combined that with a trebuchet, sieges
We'd have
would have been a lot,
paratroopers.
sieges would have been a lot more interesting.
Oh yeah.
They would be a lot more interesting and a lot shorter.
Not necessarily
That's
short
what I
because
thought, bro.
most of those fucking soldiers who get fired at the fucking castle are going to hit the walls.
Yes, but still, they'd be a lot shorter because some motherfucker's gonna make it over.
You ever hear the 911 call where a deer bit a guy's neck?
Vampire deer.
No.
No, deer will eat animals anyway.
You know the story?
No, but it's that whole thing. I know that a lot of animals, people like they're herbivores. They only eat plants. It's like that's a
There's a lot-
sliding scale because they'll eat squirrels, baby birds, human remains.
Yep, there is overlap. Most carnivores will eat vegetation on occasion.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are very few animals that are a pure that thing. Like the
House
closest,
cats.
the closest
cats are
ones
one
to
of the very few.
being that
How
would be
cats will
like
eat you?
actually the
Like a
funny
little-
part is your dog would eat you before your cat would.
Yeah, I think it's about
But
7 days
no.
before a cat will eat.
typically like the
Uh,
way things go and whatnot, like a polar bear is one of the few animals that survives
Yeah.
upon like no plant life whatsoever because they're
Well,
a
'cause it's not-
hypercarnivore. Well, they're
There's very few plants up
Yeah.
there for them to eat. I think that's the same with the Inuit and that who live up there. They rarely eat vegetation.
and green badger.
Uh,
There was also a study done on the decomposition of human remains to where they basically kind of caged them to where like insects and whatnot could still get to them to see how the body would die or see how it would decompose and everything. And in the video, they caught a deer quite literally chomping on human remains.
Oh yeah.
Like now, we're not talking about like Komodo dragons where they have dug up graves of humans to eat the remains.
Yeah, well, they are obligate carnivores, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
Well,
I've
the
put
thing
a
about-
link. I've put a link to the 911 call about the deer in the Talking Into the Void Discord if you want to play it.
That thing about cats
Otherwise,
eating their owners, from what I've heard, a cat will leave your corpse for about 6-7 days. A dog, it's a matter of hours.
well, you know why? Because
They
dogs
want-
like you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Dog will suffer from separation anxiety. Cat wants their meat kind of.
No, a
And
cat,
this is true of cats in the wild. They'll wait. They'll
Yeah.
make a kill and they'll hang the corpse up in a tree and wait a few days.
that's
For some
big
of 'em.
cat. House
Yeah.
cat. The wild version of house cats eats its meat as soon as it can because
Yeah, but to see house cats can't drag you up into a tree. That's why they wait.
Well, not every cat can do that either.
no.
Hashtag
like I
not
said,
all cats.
the wild
Hashtag-
version.
Yeah,
the
kinda
wild
like-
version of the house cat eats its meat straight away.
Well, that's
because
like,
it can't afford to hang around.
Right.
That's like cheetahs and that whole thing. They eat as fast as possible because
Yeah.
they get bullied out of they get bullied out of it because they put all their stats into speed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they usually
Yep.
get bullied out of it by leopards.
It's the same. You see
Dude,
that
they
with
get
a
bullied by
lioness, too.
badgers.
A lioness will get fucking bullied by hyenas, for Christ's sake.
Hold on.
Well,
Are you
they're
saying,
pack hunters.
hold on. Are you saying that
That's
green
true.
badger goes around beating up cheetahs to get the dinner money?
Yes.
Maybe
Yes.
from time to time. I don't think he always does it.
Look, Rotten, you don't have to sugarcoat. We know Green Badger's an asshole.
Funny
He hangs
thing,
out with us.
yeah, scientists didn't know what badgers ate for millennia, right? And it was
Then they
sometime in
discovered
the-
everything.
Yeah, it was sometime in the 50s and 60s that with the remote cameras and stuff, they discovered what badgers actually eat. The mainstay of a badger's diet is worms.
Oh yeah, a lot of those little buggers will. And I'm talking honey badgers, wolverines, the weasel family.
Yeah.
A lot of them subsist on bugs of,
Oh, yeah.
of a wide variety.
And a badger, for its size, is one of the fiercest, fucking most dangerous animals out there.
Oh yeah, that's why they chose Wolverine to be Wolverine.
Yeah.
In the comics, because god damn it.
Oh, that's like
Shit.
Wolverine was a
Honey
tough
badger's a
little
damn
bastard.
cool thing.
well, that's like most
Well,
people don't realize it when like anteaters are far more dangerous than people think they are.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they'll fucking disembowel you.
and they talk with a funny accent. Hey, ant, don't make me come over there.
Well, no, because they walk on their knuckles, so that way because they use their claws, which are like 6 to 8 inches long, to
They're
break
about
down
as dangerous as a sloth.
ant hives. So when they're standing up and doing their T pose and whatnot, they're not asking for a hug. That's basically you get any closer, I'm gonna wreck shit.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well, same thing with the
like
sloth.
Like it says, rotten. Yeah, that's what it said. They're as dangerous as a sloth.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Because there are no manicures in the animal world.
Nope, it's
Yeah.
basically just done by walking.
Yep. And if they choose to walk funny in order to keep their knives sharp, you fucked.
I wish you hadn't said that, Mitch, because now I've got this image of this rather effeminate gorilla opening up a shop.
Well, see, gorillas don't claw you to death.
They
They beat the fuck out you.
Yeah.
actually no, they don't. Most of the time,
That's the chimpanzees that'll beat the fuck out of you.
yeah,
Well,
most of the
chimpanzees
time,
go for the eyes, scrotum.
Yeah.
What a gorilla
Really
will
quick,
do.
I haven't
is-
had an opening.
What a
Yes,
gorilla.
brother. You will
David
eat
Attenborough.
meat, even if it's just meat.
David Attenborough. Yeah, he did. He was being interviewed on British TV, and he's on about famous. One of his famous things he did for the BBC when he was with these gorillas. He says it took a lot of work to get the trust of the troop, right?
Yeah.
First time you see, he actually shows you the picture, the film. The silverback charges him, right? What
Yep.
he should have done is he should have stood still, because they would have backed off.
Yep.
Instead, he ran. And he says he's got a set of impressive scars on his backside. What happened? It bit me. So that's what they'll do. They'll chase you off and they'll bite you to make sure you keep running.
Yep. It's a funny thing about the apes, because the chimpanzee, if you put a camera, like an old Minolta or Nikon, down in front of a chimpanzee, the chimpanzee's going to smash the hell out of it. If you put it down in front of a gorilla, the gorilla will check it out and examine it. But if you put it down in front of an orangutan, the orangutan will take it apart, repair it, and put it back together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and probably improve it and patent it.
Yeah, that's why
Probably,
everyone
yeah.
thinks chimps smile at them, but that's the showing the teeth is a sign of aggression.
Yeah, the thing
Well, yeah.
is, chimpanzees,
Chimpanzee's smiling at you because he's going to eat you.
chimpanzees, the pan troglodyte chimpanzees, not the bonobos, but the troglodyte ones, the normal chimpanzees that we know about, they make tools.
Yeah.
A lot of apes make tools now.
To kill you with.
No, chimpanzees actually make tools, like spears and shit. Bonobos, yeah, they will pick up a stick and use it as a tool. There's a difference. Chimpanzees will actually put planning and forethought into making tools.
Dude, an orangutan figured out how to make its own key so it could escape.
Yep.
That was a captive orangutan and not a wild one, though. There is a difference.
Well, yeah, the orangutan will take a class in engineering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interaction does change how animals think. But wild chimpanzees make their own tools.
It's kind of funny when you look at the original Planet of the Apes films, and you see that you realize that they kind of have the chimpanzees and the gorillas in
Reversed.
the wrong roles.
Yes.
That's the only thing about Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes he got right.
Oh God, I don't want to talk about Tim Burton.
Please don't. Hey, I swear to God, he has to be fucking Helena Bonham Carter.
They're married.
They're
They are?
married.
I don't fucking know.
I've only
bet-
told you that like 5 times.
Yeah.
Every
No,
time you bring up Tim Burton.
It's the same thing with Rob Zombie and Sherry Moon Zombie. They're married.
Yeah. Yeah. Tim Burton's
But
married to Helena Bonham Carter, so he's definitely not fucking her.
Sure.
Literally every time we have talked about Tim Burton here, I have told you that she is his wife.
That's why
every single time.
That's
No,
what.
see,
Hold
this
on,
is
hold on,
very
hold on,
interesting.
hold on.
Go on.
That's why the joke is because of how often he casts Johnny Depp in the movies of as well. We honestly, there's a lot of people who honestly think he's trying to get cucked by Johnny Depp purposefully.
I don't know.
He
about
wants
that.
his, or at least or I don't know if it's being cucked, but he's trying to get his wife to bang Johnny Depp, or he's trying to bang him. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe they're trying to run the old train.
Helena Bonham Carter could be just be his beard, for all we
Yeah.
know.
Right, could be
There
just
you go.
that he's a really good friend of Johnny Depp's, and there's nothing
It
sinister
is.
about it.
That's obviously most likely the case. That's why it's a
Yeah.
joke.
Yeah.
But
I know.
What I find fascinating is that the fact you have to tell Tyr every time really says a lot about Tim Burton and Helena Bonham Carter.
And Tia.
Go down.
No, I'm serious here because they're not really that interesting. If Helena Bonham Carter was the fantastic actress that so many people seem to think she is, why is Tim Burton the only one casting her and stuff? Yeah, you'll
I
get little,
really do like her work.
you'll get tiny little spots like in that Harry Potter movie.
Fight Club.
You know,
People keep telling me Helena Bonham Carter is gorgeous. I keep asking them, why am I the one wearing glasses?
exactly.
Oh, she's not a. She's
She's not hideous, but she's not
She's
intense.
not ugly.
Okay.
But she's
She's
about
not a
5.
chud.
She's about a 5.
She's
she's
a
good.
Midwest 7.
Yeah,
That's about a 5.
yeah, she's
No,
not a
that's about
chud
it.
by any means.
5.5.
You were trying to
I'm
say
just
something, Angela?
saying she's overvalued for being someone who's mostly hired by her husband.
All right, everyone stop. Angela, you were trying to say something?
I was trying to say she's not conventionally beautiful, but she is a pretty woman.
I can get on board with that. Kristen Ritter,
Yes.
who played Jessica Jones. I mean, to look at her, she's by no stretch of the imagination gorgeous, but she's very attractive, and I think that's a hell of a lot down to her personality.
Well, most of the time it is. Look at Katie Hopkins.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not modeling anything. But I find her attractive because I like her snark.
Yeah.
Who's Katie Hopkins?
She's a British personality who does political commentary.
Kind of a journalist.
Yeah.
I do like she's a little snarky, and that gets my goat though.
Yeah, I love the snark. You know, it's the same way that if a woman who's like a total 5 just starts farting, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna marry that woman.
She is not afraid to say what she thinks
Right.
or what she thinks about you.
Exactly.
Well, I've seen that from far too many women, so I wouldn't just say it's that she's not afraid to say what she thinks about you, but she can handle it being said back to her.
Yes, she
Yes.
definitely can.
Because
yes, absolutely.
like I said, I have met far too many people, men and women, that have the whole thing have no problem to tell you everything you've ever done wrong, everything that's wrong with you, but as soon as you backtalk them, how dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you insult me?
That's a strong sign of immaturity if you can't handle it. Handle your own
Yes,
shit.
but that's why I was saying though. But trying to say it's like, oh, she's not afraid to speak her mind. She has.
Well,
it's like that's not as big a thing as
Yeah.
people think it is anymore because
I
too many
would-
people are
No,
not
no,
afraid to
it's-
speak their mind.
I would
It's because she
qualify
does it. She does it in a manner where you know that there can be a give and take.
Yeah.
So that's
I would
something I can get
qualify
behind.
that by saying when in the way I brought up, if you say something like that, it implies that they can give as good as they get.
Yes.
Yeah, because too many people I've been around when I'm not going to take that from everyone, or it's like that's not what
Yeah.
I'm going to get out of it.
It's like the saying, "Oh, he doesn't like to lose," and you could tell him, well, nobody likes to lose, but and you say that about somebody, it's because they lose their shit when they lose.
Right. Show me
I
the
mean,
people who are,
I don't like to lose, but I'm not going to lose me shit about it.
Right. I mean,
Just do better next time.
I'm sure Caitlin Clark doesn't like to lose, but even when if she loses, she's not throwing a hissy fit over it.
She's not an Angel Reese. Okay.
Yeah, basically. God, I can't wait till Angel Reese gets hers. So somewhere out there, someone's gonna clothesline that bitch and kick her when she's down, and I just hope I get to see it happen.
What's
Mitch,
an Angel?
tell me how you really feel about her. Women's basketball player. She's such a bitch.
She's one of the WNBA players who constantly tries to bully Caitlin Clark.
Because she's bringing attention to this sport.
Well, yeah, Caitlin Clark doesn't just bring attention to the sport. She brings skill and some pretty thick and deep skill, too. I mean, there's all kinds of YouTube shorts with Caitlin Clark just dunk, 3-point dunk.
What's
Bob
the word
Weave,
I'm looking
dodge,
for?
dunk. She's a badass.
She's bringing attention to the women's basketball league. She's the new young hotness, while Caitlin Angel Reese was the old young hotness, if you will.
Yeah, basically Angel Reese is jealous.
I don't know what the hell you just said. You're all right.
Okay, let me.
No, this is just a conversation that I will sit back and listen to, and not smile.
What the fuck is that?
And smile and nod.
Yeah, I usually do that with Tia.
Because I don't know what you like. The amount that I know about basketball of any
I know
kind,
nothing about it.
much less
Neither do I, but
I know nothing about it. The only reason it gets my attention is because I don't like bullies.
Yeah.
And I love watching any video where a bully gets put on their ass. I love it. Absolutely fucking love it. Remember the little fat Australian kid where the little smaller, skinnier kids was just punching him? And then finally the little fat kid had enough, picked the kid up and body slammed him.
It wasn't. I think it was Australia. I think it was he was
that might have been New Zealand.
No, he was. They were Americans. They were Americans.
I don't think they were.
I don't know who the hell you're talking about.
This is 100 years ago.
Yeah. It's basically a bully gets what's coming to him video.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he got body slammed, and he just folded like a little bitch after that.
Yeah, and started playing a victim.
Yeah,
like all bullies do.
Well, that's like that. No.
That kid folded his ass like an old wallet.
Basically, that's what they're doing to Caitlin Clark. But what Caitlin Clark is doing in response is dunking the ball. She's not like going out and retaliating against them. She's wiping them. She's wiping the court with their dead bodies, basically. She is a badass, but she's a badass who has class. She doesn't have a bad word to say about any of them. She's making them look bad. Honestly,
yeah, she said she focuses on the game, and that's all. Like, I don't care what they say because that's all it is. She's fucking talk. I'm just gonna play my game like I always been.
Yeah, and she's very good at the game. She's very classy for not getting on the microphone after the game and calling everyone referring to everyone as a vacunta. There you go, Mr. Scott. I know you were waiting for it. And she's classy, and she's not. Caitlin Clark is a 5 at best. She's not, but she's very attractive to me because of being very classy. She's got a sense of humor. I've seen her display a sense of humor when but she and another one of her teammates were talking about getting as many balls possible in their hands, and Caitlin just the tiniest smile because she knew, and that tiniest of smiles made her teammate kind of lose it. It's it's just people being funny because funny shit happens in life. And she's got class, a sense of humor, and mostly she's got dignity. And she is not letting these bullies destroy her dignity. And in so doing, she's letting them destroy their own. And it's beautiful. I'm not even a fan.
Like, wasn't Angela Reese bitching that she wasn't on the Olympic team or something?
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. The Olympic Committee pretty much conspired to keep Caitlin Clark off the team.
Well, technically, if she plays for the WNBA, she's a professional and shouldn't be playing in that.
No, because Angela Reese is there.
They seem to have dropped that rule.
And that's not
for some reason.
Wait a minute, that's not necessarily true because Magic Johnson and all of them that went to at the Dream Team were professional basketball players, and they still went. So that's not an issue.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Technically, professionals are not supposed to play him.
I hear that Magic Johnson's been sued because he can't perform any prestidigitation.
Are you serious?
Angela, look at what your brother's writing in the chat about Caitlin Clark. Because that's probably a better explanation than all the jibber jabber I did.
Okay.
I mean, Caitlin Clark doesn't even gloat when she makes a 3-pointer. You know, the 58th 3-pointer in that game. Or fuck, in that quarter, for Christ's sake.
Well, because that was one of those things that happened at some point to where they started having people gloating. It's like when they do a fucking touchdown dance.
Yeah.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. I don't understand.
I remember reading somewhere that the first time a guy did that in American football, he actually got fined.
Wouldn't be surprised, and he should have been. I think I don't remember who the guy was, but or is, I should say, plausibly, that like if he ever scored a touchdown, the first thing he started doing was looking for a ref to hand them the ball. He didn't spike it, he didn't throw it, do some dance. Like basically he'd look around for the closest ref, run to them, give them the football, and then run back to his team because he basically just like, this is my job.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, basically professionalism became his dance.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's a great way to express it.
And I think one of the biggest pieces of unsportsmanlike conduct was in the 1966 World Cup. England beat Germany, right? We won the World Cup.
Yeah.
And usually,
I'm not even going to say nothing.
Usually, the captain of the winning team gets the match football, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, the German captain stole it.
Revenge for all that World War II.
Probably.
Wow.
That's why I was not going to make that joke, but thank you.
It was
Mitch,
too
for
easy,
making it
man.
Yeah, I was
low hanging fruit.
It's
like fruit.
It's like shouting, "Don't mention the war."
Yeah. Say it. That wasn't low hanging fruit. That was a potato.
That was the tuba.
That was ginger root.
I love the word tuber because it sounds.
Don't
dirty.
besmirch gingers.
I said ginger root.
Nah, he's not eating a fruit. He's eating a tuba. It's one of those words you say with a that cartoon Jewish accent like Judd Hirsch had in Independence Day.
It's when you go
The
into
way that you guys are talking, you're making me think of Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to say tumor.
It's when you
He's
go
not
into,
a tumor.
when you go into a woman's kitchen, and you have to ask, why does this cucumber smell like fish?
Shut up.
It was a pickle. You know,
I was gonna say, why? You mean why is this pickle out of the jar?
Oh
No,
God!
actual cucumber. Yeah, full-size cucumber. Why does it smell like a fish?
No, Bats, you're missing the point.
Yeah.
Her fluids pickled the fucking cucumber.
Mm.
I love it.
She's made of brine.
I made it work.
Yeah. Yes, you did.
And Angela, you are my spirit animal.
See
right
that way?
now.
See, that wasn't the cucumber in the kitchen that he was talking about. That was the pickle they found in the bedroom that she was trying to claim was a snack.
And on a more wholesome note, I have determined there is only one viable, if it's ever invented, there's only one viable use for time travel.
What?
Practical jokes on historical figures.
Okay.
Yes, I agree.
Right, Marco Polo, right? He got lost in the desert for 3 days, right? So on his first night, you find his camp, right?
Can't do maps.
Shout
Well,
Marco.
No, you lob some anesthetic gas grenades in, knock him out, right?
Okay.
And while he's asleep, you remove all of his clothes and dress him up in a chicken outfit.
That's just hazing.
Yeah.
Shiogreth writes, if your wife's mother just died, how long should you console her for? It's just that my dinner's getting cold.
What?
Oh,
Hey, hold on. If your wife's mother's just died, how are you going to console her? With a Ouija board?
Yeah, really.
Well,
console your wife.
hold on.
Console her mother.
Hold on. And the whole situation as well. Dinner's already made, so you can go eat.
Cheryl Gorak, blessings of the mad god to you, my friend. Please bless me with cheese. Thank
Like
you.
it would make more sense if you're gonna do the whole consoling thing instead of saying my dinner's getting cold. Of like I'm getting pretty hungry because dinner hasn't been made.
I've got a better.
If you're gonna go into the sexism, at least lean into it right.
Hold on, I've got a better question for you, Shio. If your wife's mother's just died, what are you going to do if she's still cooking dinner? Your wife's mother, that is.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
Well, she's gonna fucking finish it. God damn it!
Clearly, you're gonna have to mop. What I want to know is what is the sociological physics behind the statute of limitations on keeping a greeting card?
there's a statute of limitations on your greeting card.
Of course there is. But it depends
on.
on. This is where it becomes physics, and shit. You might even say quantum physics, or even a paranormal study, because it depends on who the card's from, what the card is commemorating or celebrating, or the opposite of celebrating. I mean, if it's a Christmas card, how long do you keep it?
I got my dad a card once. It was one of those silly little joke cards for his birthday. Happy birthday. Message on it and says, for your birthday, I decided to get you something to drink. And he opened it up and there was a tea bag stapled to it. He thought that was fucking hilarious.
Mitch, it depends on who it's from. If it's
See?
my annual Christmas card from Juan Vargas, it goes on the wall because it is a Christmas card that I received, and once it comes off the wall, it goes in the trash. If it's from something I actually care about, then
if it's
have it within the last. If I got it within the last 10 years.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's a whole committee's worth of decision making that goes into how long you keep a greeting card.
And it hasn't gotten anything spilled on it.
In all reality, it's on the person. It's not who it's from. Because like if you're like if you tell them flat out the whole thing, it's like, hey, thanks for the card, and like they know that you don't keep the cards very long or at all. If they're gonna get pissy about it, hey, you don't keep cards, you don't decorate with them and anything. So if they're gonna get mad about it, I'm fine not getting a card.
I prefer not getting cards at all.
Greetings cards for about 6 weeks, birthday or Christmas, whatever. They're there for 6 weeks and then they go.
See, my theory is that once the information is exchanged, the medium is no longer important.
Agreed.
That is a viable way of putting it.
But that's just because I am a rather unfeminized man, I guess.
I
Well, no,
once
I
got
think
asked.
it depends on sentimentality. Because my mom,
Here's a
True.
question for you. Your funeral, right? I mean,
uh,
I'm not really bothered about it because I'll not be there to enjoy it, right? But I did say that as my coffin is being, is going down the conveyor belt to the furnace in the crematorium. What I want played for my final tune is "Wipeout" by the Surfaris, because I want to leave people with a chuckle.
You were
Yeah.
saying, Angela?
I don't remember.
Sorry, Andrew, I didn't mean to talk over you.
No worries.
That was a-
depends. You said something about your mother giving the greeting.
Oh no, I was gonna say my mom, it depends on, like I said, who the greeting card's from, because there are cards or letters or things that she's kept forever, and then there's
Well,
like,
no.
oh, it's the annual card from my cousin Aaliyah.
hence
It'll be up on the wall, and
I was gonna say, hence again, the reason why I said it. It's not necessarily who it's from; it's
Yeah.
who's the one receiving it, because it's all based upon how long they will keep it.
exactly.
Like I said, I keep mine for 6 weeks, but I am in the same mentality as Mitch. Once the information is being exchanged, the medium is no longer necessary. It's another way of saying it's the thought that counts.
Yeah, and
Basically, but there's another angle that we should consider.
but before we get into that too much, I didn't want to say as Batman. I was expecting you to say when they're lowering your casket or whatever it be in the furnace or in the ground that you want your old bosses to do it so that way they can let you down one more time.
That's true.
Rotten corpse.
So my grandfather, sorry, really quickly, my grandfather had an odd request at his funeral, and he was totally serious about this. He said he wanted to get all the people that fucking hated him. He wanted to be face down in his coffin. He wanted to tell them to kiss his ass one last time.
There's another one I would love to arrange for my funeral, right?
Oh Lord!
And what it involve is having speakers put on the inside of the coffin, right to the edge, so you can hear.
I heard it.
The speakers, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're connected to an MP3 player that's hidden on my person in the coffin, and somebody I trust sitting watching the coffin roll down towards the furnace has a remote. They will press that remote, and you will hear bang, bang, bang. What? Where am I? Let me out! Let me out!
Oh God!
I still think my
I've
favorite
heard that
for
one.
any of the ones of like the face down and that is like typically for a mother-in-law and that whole thing. It's like, got to bury her face down. That way, if she does come back to life, she'll start digging the wrong way.
Oh, here's one for you. There's this guy, right? Comes out, last man out the pub, staggering home, and he takes a shortcut through the graveyard, right? Well, this graveyard's reputed to be haunted, and he doesn't believe it, right? He's walking on calmly, and he hears this tapping sound, metal on stone, and he's starting to get a bit worried, and it's getting louder and louder, and he realizes he's approaching the sound of the tapping, and he's getting frightened. Then he comes across this old guy sitting by this tombstone, this hammer and chisel, tap, 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 tap. He ends up, oh God, what the hell are you doing here? You scared the light out of me with that tapping. What are you doing? The guy looks up and goes, they spelt my name wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! Oh, oh.
See, all I've ever wanted was for my tombstone to read, "Told you I was sick."
Yeah. Oh, there's another one. There's this guy staggers out the pub late night, drunk out of his mind, right? Staggers through the graveyard, falls into this open grave, struggles to get out, can't do it, so he decides just to sit there, wait for the grave to come back in the morning. Half an hour later, this other guy comes staggering out the same pub, goes the same way, falls in the same grave, struggling to get out, hears the voice behind him saying, "You'll never get out." He did.
Getting back to the greeting card thing, there I realized there's one good reason to hold on to them.
Okay.
It's they might serve as evidence in a court battle.
Oh.
You see, Your Honor, I was receiving this greeting card, so I couldn't have murdered her. Case dismissed.
Think
No,
No,
here's
Say
proof that
somebody said something that could be used.
here's proof that that my now ex-wife had planned on killing me years ago.
I think the funniest card I got was from my uncle. I mean, he always gave me money for my birthday, right?
Mhm.
And yeah, he opened the birthday card from him, right? And I don't, yeah, happy birthday. I was going to give you $5 for your birthday, but unfortunately, I've already sealed the envelope. I got the $5 later though. But yeah, because of the way I was raised, I found that funny.
I mean, I still like the one that reads "Money short, times are hard. Here's your fucking Christmas card."
Oh, the one I got for my mother, yeah, had the picture of this alien on it, right? Yeah, as yeah, greetings, yeah, greetings from the planet Zog. Yeah, in celebration of your birthday. Yes, even here in the far reaches of outer space, your fame is spread, and we'd like to say you open up with happy birthday to the oldest known life form in the universe.
Nice.
Yeah, that got a laugh.
Oof.
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 Yes.
Oh, hey, cards I got off my mother. I mean, one of my birthday cards read "Happy birthday to whomever it may concern."
Oh, wow.
Oh.
And now it's Tia's turn for an amusing story.
I have no amusing stories that I want to tell.
In other words, there's something on my mind that I think needs to stay there if I want to live.
Oh well.
I've told y'all about the incident with the crackhead on my steps, right?
Yes.
No.
Uh,
I haven't told you about the incident with the crackhead on my steps.
No.
Do you want to hear about the incident with the crackhead on my steps?
That, seeing as I'm the only one who hasn't heard it, maybe at a later date.
It's a good story.
Well played, clown.
And how's it
well,
going, Vladimir?
now you
And,
might as well tell it because my brother will want to know.
and there's a few of us that end up in Monk's chat.
Yeah. So I'm getting ready to go out one day and taking a shower, and my neighbor from down the street calls me and says, there's one of the crackheads that's sitting not off on your steps. Want me to get him off?" I'm like, no, I got this. So I go downstairs. I open the door. Get the fuck off my steps. Mind you, he turns around. I'm sorry, man. Oh, come on, man. Come on, put some clothes on. Get the fuck off my steps. And I haven't had crackheads on my steps in 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
Nice. A friend of mine used to work for the local council. When Care in the Community started, when Margaret Thatcher was basically shutting down all the mental hospitals, he had this Care in the Community stickers because I worked for the local council in the social services department, and he had them on his, and it was Sunday, and he was disturbed from, let's say, helping his wife in the bedroom. Knock at the door. So he looks out the bedroom window, some Jehovah's Witnesses down there. I remember this. It told me the story in detail, so I know what went on. It says, so what he did was, basically put his clothes on, put his trousers on backwards, put his shirt on buttoned up wrongly, messed up his hair, went downstairs, and he says he put this wild-eyed look on his face, opened the door, what? This guy says, well, we'd like to talk to you about Jesus, because he's not in. Like, what? He's down the pub. What? Who? Jesus. Then he looks over his shoulder and says, hold on, I'll put your chips on in a minute. And he says, I've got to go, God wants his chips.
Oh, wow.
Says he shuts the door, right, turns around, and there's his wife on the steps, unable to stand up because she's too busy laughing. Never got bothered by Jehovah's Witnesses again, though.
Oh hell no.
There you go.
One of my personal favorites.
Again, that's how you keep those motherfuckers away.
One of my personal favorites for that is this little video, this black guy that goes the whole thing. And he freaking has someone that's like, they knock on his door, ask him if he wants to speak about that. And he signs to him that he's deaf. They're like, oh, you're deaf. And he's like, yes. So like, have a blessed day. And as he's closed the door, he goes, yeah, you too. Cloak. You just hear the person, you motherfucker.
I think one of the funniest things I've done, I was going past one of the local convenience stores and you get the kids outside, right, trying to get to go in for beer and cigarettes, right? And these kids stopped us and said, excuse me, mister, will you go and buy some cigarettes? And I was, oh, I'm sorry, yeah, I'm French, I don't understand a word of English. I'm just here visiting family. I continue walking along, and as soon as I'm out too far away to come back to smack them about, but closer, yeah, still within earshot to shout, yeah, French bastard! Fucking morons.
Ouch. Ouch. There we go. Oh, got it.
And Shiogaratha, I live in a state where, yes, I can have firearms, though my shockwave is not at my apartment currently.
Oh, another one I did to kids. Walking down the street, and I have this tube of paper tube, right, filled with tobacco sticking out my mouth. One end is smouldering, and the smoke coming off it. Occasionally, I'm pulling out my mouth and exhaling smoke, right? And these two kids approach me. Excuse me, mister, do you smoke? So I look at the cigarette, look at them, look at the cigarette again, put it in my mouth, take a few draws off it, look at the cigarette again, look at them, and then say no, and continue on my way.
Yep. All right, so I'm at work and I'm in my uniform, and someone walks up to me. Do you work here? Mm-hmm. No, I just like dressing up like an idiot.
Your uniform? Where do you work?
Airport.
Ah.
I'll tell you what. One time I was out at a coffee shop, just back when I smoked, and I was with a buddy of mine, and this coffee shop, or the area around it, was plagued by these high school kids who were always trying to bum a smoke off people. So me and my buddy are out there, we're getting our coffee, we'll go back outside and looking for one of the outdoor tables to kick back at. It's, you know, it's after dark, middle of summer. And this kid approaches, hey, you got a smoke? And being fed up with this fucking mooching behavior, I just turned, look at the kid and go, let's see some ID. That kid never asked me for a cigarette again.
Sometimes one of the best responses to that, have you got a cigarette? Yes, thanks. Just continue on your way.
Well, I've done that actually. When someone goes, hey, you got an extra cigarette? I'm like, then I flip open a freshly opened pack. I'm like, oh, let's see. There's 19 cigarettes here. I smoked one. A pack comes with 20. Nope, no extras.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mitch. Yeah, that sounds like something you did.
Well, another time I was working a cashier in a gas station, because you do what you got to do, right? And kid comes in, buys a bag of chips, rides his bike down to the gas station to get his bag of chips. Because the kid was riding his bike, you want to put it in the bag with the handles on it. It's easier to manage, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the kid goes, "Can I get a bag?" And I go, "It's already in a bag."
Oh,
the kid. Oh, and he just walks out.
Oh, I was what?
That's so mean.
I worked at the office once, and it was after I'd seen that interview with Shatner and Nimoy. So I got that. It's Shatner I got the idea from, right? And one of the lads there, he used to come to work on a bike, right?
Yeah.
So I had a word with a few of the lads in the office, and we decided to go ahead. So every time we were on lunch break, some of us would sneak out, and we were slowly, over the course of the week, filling the frame of his bike with sand.
Oh, God.
By the end of the week, he could barely fucking move that bike.
Oh,
And that's what Shatner used to do to Nimoy, because Nimoy had a bike when they were doing Star Trek, the original series, and he would race to the refectory to get his dinner, right?
Oh yes.
I think it was Shatner and Takai.
And
And,
yeah, Shatner stole his bike.
no, he didn't. He filled it with sand, doing exactly what I did. That's where I got the idea from.
Oh.
So at the end of the
I
week,
seem to remember a story where Shatner stole his bike.
I did that as well. He did horrible things to Nimoy with that bike.
Then there was my my coworker at that same convenience store / gas station. Busy afternoon, right? I think it was a holiday weekend or something. Everyone had people coming in. He's trying to just get them in, push them out as quickly as he can because there's only one cashier station. It was an older setup, right? And so he's pushing people. We lived in California at the time, so there were a lot of these guys. You know, I wouldn't want to sit next to a smoker either. That type of person, right? And this was one of those dudes. You could tell just by looking at him and how he dressed. But people coming in, he's thinking, "Okay, have a good one. Okay, have a good one. Okay, thanks, have a good one." This guy comes up, hands his money. I got 20 on it, and my friend just grabs some money. Goes, yeah, whatever. Have a nice day.
Oh, there was this kid out when I went to school. Some kids used, my mate in particular, used to come to school on his bike, right? He had if Mitch will remember, a chopper.
Oh yeah.
Well, this lad, he also came on his bike, but he thought it'd be fun. He did it 2 or 3 times. Loosened the front wheel of his mate's bike so that, the front wheel would come off. So we decided to get our own back on him. And we loosened his handlebars. So when he's going home, imagine his surprise when he tried to turn round to go on to go on his way home. And the bike didn't turn, but he ended up holding the handlebars away from the bike. And then he had to jump off because he was rapidly approaching a wall.
oh.
He never pulled that trick again.
Oh, no kidding.
We got a month's. Me and my mates, we got a month's detention.
That's a shame.
Totally worth it. You need to be closer to the mic, Tia. I like Tia. He plays along the jokes.
I think I'm seeing an ad for a live action Thunder the Barbarian, but it's like it's not a real one. It's a fan. Yeah, it's either fan or CGI or whatever.
If it's a fan, I'm fine with it. Like, so many of the people doing the live action shit just need to stop.
In a lot of cases, yeah. I mean, I could see where Thunder the Barbarian would be a good live action series of films.
Or better yet,
but
TV
show. we also no for a TV show it would be way too expensive, and no TV producer is willing to foot the expense these days.
Not if it's a mini series.
They're all mini series today. That's what streaming services are. They're just mini series.
Yeah,
bloated mini series at that, because they're telling a 4-episode story over 13 episodes
and 7 seasons,
and wondering why the show isn't hitting with audiences. No, what they got, it's too expensive to do as a TV show, but as a series of films, I could see it working.
Yeah, they like to do the whole thing of, we're going to tell this 4-episode story in 12, it's like in 12 episodes. And then we're taking a story that needs to be like 12 to 14 episodes and try to tell it in 3.
Well, yeah, it's because they don't understand. We started getting serialized stories in television. I say television, but I think streaming and television are distinctly different propositions.
Yes.
They're as different as TV and film. But
here's one when you finish.
How do I say what they're because some serialized shows got popular, we have another case for Hollywood, and I use Hollywood as a stand-in for all entertainment, basically, for the entertainment industry as a whole. Hollywood takes the wrong lessons from success. So for every Game of Thrones where a serialized story is doing really, really well, you can't just slap it on another. You can't just slap that on Star Trek and expect it to work, because Star Trek made its bones on episodic stuff, and it still works best in an episodic manner.
Yeah.
But even with a longer form story arc, where they're making the mistake is that they're doing nothing but that longer form story arc with no breaks.
Yep.
And they seem to think that, well, we got to tell this one story over 13 episodes. No, you don't. You've got a 4-episode story. You've got 13 episodes to tell it. Tell 3 different fucking stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Involving the same people, the same characters, the same location. You know, if it's a Friday the 13th story over 13 episodes, you can tell 3 fucking stories, and they'd be 3 really good fucking stories if you just tell them efficiently and leave out all the bullshit. And you would have a huge hit of a show. You don't need 13 episodes to say Jason drowned as a child.
Well, and for some of them, you can always just leave the fucking reasoning to why they are what they are out of it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need. It's the Michael Myers thing.
For everything.
Shields mentioned the live action Little Mermaid with the actress black actress who couldn't swim. And I'm just pointing out
it was going to be CGI
woman,
for so much of it, anyways.
Yeah, I'm just pointing out that girl, that black actress. Her eyes were so far apart; they were practically above her ears.
Yeah, she was a Xandozan. That's a Xandozan.
Yeah, what I was going to say was the Lord of the Rings movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
The amount of times that Tolkien's estate had been approached by various people to do Lord of the Rings movies, and they'd refused because, especially in later years, because they were too politically correct or they wanted to put too much of their own stuff in. Then they got approached by Steve Jackson's company, who, apart from practical and financial reasons, changed stuff. They remained largely faithful to the books. There weren't going to be any Lord of the Rings films, and I cannot fathom out how whatever company managed to get the rights to do the Rings of Power.
Don't get me started.
Well, technically, they only got the rights to the appendices, which is basically 10,000 years of backstory. That's why they can't use the hobbits. That's why they had to fake Gandalf. That's why you don't have like most of the original characters in there from the Lord of the Rings, because it's all the backstory and filler stuff. Like the appendices are all backstory.
They can't use Gandalf the Grey. They have to use Bertram the Blue.
Yeah, it still died a death. I mean, the Black Hobbits. I mean, they weren't black. The Harfoots. They were dark, like as in dark
dark-skinned.
Mediterranean Europeans are dark.
Yes. Olive-skinned is better.
Dusky.
Yeah. But even then, the biggest sin against that is the fucking thing they did to Galadriel. She goes from being this
turn it into a girl boss.
Yeah, and never mentions her fucking husband who is alive and her daughter.
That's because they don't know the material that they're trying to use. They don't care about the material they're trying to use.
Well, no, they're trying to
Swarty's another good one.
They're trying to use popular IP
to push a narrative.
No, that's not it. Not entirely, anyway. The pushing of the narrative is a secondary thought, I think.
Yeah,
they're trying to use popular IP to push their name up in the list of prominence.
Yeah,
but in so doing, they're intentionally destroying all the things that make the IP popular.
Yeah, it's like we're going to have a black Batman and a female Superman. Yeah, all you're doing is using the popularity of existing characters.
Jesus Christ!
I mean, one of the easiest ones to go with that is Velma, to where they took Scooby-Doo and they just wanted a name for it basically telling a completely different story, but using those
Oh.
characters. Or the
Did
biggest
you-
one to where I'm going to be a bigger asshole to some people because I know a lot of people love the movie for some odd reason, but the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie should have never had anything to do with
With
DC
Joker,
with the
but-
DC universe. It
No,
makes
But
no
that's the
goddamn
only way he
sense.
could have.
You
Hold
can't have the Joker without Batman. You can't have Venom without Spider-Man.
You can't. But the only reason why they did that is because he originally pitched it as a mental patient and whatnot. He pitched it as a standalone movie, not even connected it to the Joker or
I
Batman
would-
or anything. And the only way he got it greenlit was because this is a retelling of the Joker story.
Do you know how they could
The
have done
only way
it?
got it greenlit.
Do you know how they could have done it and it would have been way better?
What?
Have Gotham City and Batman in it, but as comic books.
Hmm.
Yeah, mention the comic books as comic books. And this is a guy who's based his identity off a character from the comic books.
Oh, that worked.
It probably would have worked a lot better. Oh, you know
I
that
think that would have worked too.
Velma cartoon series that was on the go with the racist lesbian Velma
hmm
who was
Mhm.
Asian. Somebody did on YouTube did their own version of it where all of the other Velmas ganged up on this racist Asian Velma and beat the snot out of her.
Yeah, I
Well,
see
then
that.
they still went through the whole thing that, like, even though Velma claimed to be, lesbian, she was actually bi, because in the show, it's like she apparently has a kid with Shaggy.
It's
And the kid
canonical.
looks
It's
like
canonical.
a dog. Oh, sorry.
And
It's canonical.
honestly, for any
they
of
get
them, the
together.
way it should have went. I like the one to where it's like you actually find out Scooby Doo is closer to like an Eldritch abomination or something. And he keeps
Reviving
he keeps recreating them, because whenever they find out like what he is, the fact that he can talk, and it changes how everything was to where they would just go and solve mysteries or whatever, and that he has to rebuild the world, because at some point he's going to get it right to where they'll stop trying to figure things out.
I think the best live action Scooby Doo was
It's always
the
done
one-
with too.
No, the best live action Scooby Doo was the one in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Mhm.
Oh, yes.
Yee.
I don't remember that part.
Have you ever seen? Sorry, Mitch. It's just percolating in my brain. Have you ever seen the Johnny Bravo episode Bravo Doobie Doo?
Never.
I
Oh,
just remember the one
hilarious.
scene from that to where you have Velma saying, my glasses, I can't see without my glasses. And you
Yeah.
hear Johnny Bravo go, my glasses, I can't be seen without my glasses.
When he gets in the mystery machine when they're giving him a lift to his Aunt Jebedis's, and he's sitting in between Velma and Daphne, and Velma goes, "Don't worry, I don't bite," and he points. Daphne goes, "To she?"
Mhm.
Mama told me there were women like you. I hope she was right.
I'm just fed up with Hollywood fucking breaking everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're not even trying. They're actively giving properties, and I don't understand the IP owners doing this shit. I honestly don't. The IP
Sometimes
holders
it's-
should not be given their intellectual property to someone who is intending to fucking break it.
Oh, that's actually been the
Mitch,
great
it's
thing.
not entirely that. Sometimes it is the studios giving these IPs away without,
Well, they're letting
the IP holders saying it.
They're letting someone
No.
else run it. Like, they have the rights to it, but they're doing that. But like, that's what it is. The great thing about a lot of like the anime and manga, because of how the localization's been, and it's been terrible. A lot of the original IP owners of the mangas and whatnot have been finding that out. And for any of the localizers that are trying to change shit, they're like basically flat out firing them.
Yeah,
Yes.
you know who Jason Aaron is, right?
Sounds familiar.
He was the guy who was given the Thor book to write.
Jason
Yeah.
Aaron. And my mind went to Johnny and
No, he's
Game
the
of
guy.
Thrones.
He's the guy who made Thor unworthy and give the hammer to Jane Foster.
Yeah.
Well, I have this fantasy, right? See, Jason Aaron's at work, right? And yeah, he gets a report from security that there's been a very localized thunderstorm, and it's only his car's been hit by lightning 17 times, and it's only his car, and it's a pile of slag. Yeah, then he gets a call from one of his neighbours that there's been a freak accident. Something struck his house and blew it up. Yeah,
But then any wreckage that would have came out was struck by lightning, so that way it actually couldn't hit the other houses.
Yeah, it's only his property that's destroyed. So he has to book a hotel room for himself. And as he goes to the hotel room, as he opens it, there's this figure silhouetted in the dark, hulking figure sitting in a chair in the room. Right? Yeah. You and I need to talk, Mr. Aaron.
So you think I'm unworthy, huh? Damn, I can't do some of the voices Papa Me can. God damn.
Never unworthy.
No, that sounds more like Doctor Doom with a bad cold. Yeah, hey, there's a...
It's a hulking figure. This big guy is like, so there, bud, we need to talk about this. I don't know what you think this we need unworthy or whatnot, but we're gonna get this knocked out. We're gonna get this hammered out tonight here, bud, and I got the hammer for it.
Minnesota here.
Why does he sound like he's from... Do a Boston accent on Thor.
It's like
ain't no fucking reason you're gonna have Thor be from Boston.
It's like another one. Yeah, the first screening of Man of Steel, right? When it's finished, the audience are getting up, and you got these two guys getting up. One's wearing an expensive suit, the other one's wearing a reasonable suit, and he's got glasses on, right? And the other one's going, I know it was a bad film, Clark. There's no reason to get bent out of shape.
But otherwise, it's been just about shy of 2 hours, so we're going to wrap it up here.
Oh,
good. I could use a snack.
Yeah, I have to work tomorrow still.
When I say
I got a
snack,
doctor's
I mean
appointment.
meal.
So appreciate everyone for coming out, and I believe it was Vladimir. Thanks for subscribing, man. And I'm pretty sure, like I said, majority of us have been in Monkey's chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh, there's one more I'd like to see given decent treatment. And they could do it episodically as well. The Conan novels. Or rather, a collection of short stories.
Oh, that would be so good.
Honestly,
Especially
for
for
any of
kids.
those, I just stick with the fact they should all be animated.
I liked the Conan movies.
I'm not saying the
The ones
Conan.
with Schwarzenegger.
Yes, but Schwarzenegger can't do that anymore. Well, he's still in really great shape, but like for a lot of it anymore, for like a lot of the magic and everything they're gonna be doing, they're just gonna overly CGI it anyways. And if they're gonna do that, they might as well just make a CGI animated movie.
That's why, the magic in Conan was almost always suggested rather than seen. But I actually like the Jason Momoa Conan.
But
I actually didn't mind it. It wasn't as good as Schwarzenegger, but it wasn't bad.
But we're wrapping up now, so we'll worry about that another time.
I'll see you this afternoon.
And that, so any parting words to go by with? We'll start with Tyr.
If you're passionate about something, devour it. Don't let it devour you. Yes, I'm still in the same with ending.
Angela.
Always flush the urinal with your elbow.
Mitch.
Don't be afraid of perfection. You're never going to reach it anyway.
Batman.
Don't eat the brown snow.
And since guns got brought up earlier with shotguns and that whole thing, A semi-auto is always going to trump a pump-action shotgun because a pump-action shotgun is more likely to have a user-induced malfunction. Technically by short-stroking it usually. So if you don't train with it properly to use it well, you have a higher plausibility of fucking up in a high intensity scenario. So have a good one, folks. Later.
Bye.
That's
Bye.
your comrades.
Rock on.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Join us again next week, or you can check out the other people in the panel in the description and see us again plausibly on one of their channels, or just check out what work they've done. Have a good week, everyone.